Tell us how it feels. I'm 10.
Before Luh Kel would drop the song Wrong, which now has close to 50 million views on YouTube and close to 50 million streams on Spotify at the time of this recording.
Michael, tell me a little bit about having to dance and sing at the same time. That's tough.
I mean, having to dance and sing at the same time is good, cause you know, I mean,
it's hard though.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you know, it's just hard work and dedication.
Before he would say BRB and come right back with another hit, and before his Neo-inspired Pull Up would have more than 2 million views in less than 2 weeks at the time of this recording. Before Luh would land on Billboard's emerging artist chart and head out on tour with Polo G, and before he would have more than 1 million followers on Instagram and more than 600k subscribers on YouTube at the time of this recording. And Luh Kel did all of this well, he's not even old enough to get into a club. Luh Kel is only 17 years old, but he is on pace to become one of R&B's next big stars. In a world where auto-tune is used to cover up lack of ability, Luh has one of the best voices in the game, auto-tune or not.
Super size with the Sprite and large fries. Must have ketchup for me, please.
Hey.
But don't you forget that cheese. I got a sweet tooth and I'm in a hurry. Can I get a big McFlurry?
And his journey is really only just beginning, but before he got signed, Luh Kel actually got his start in a local boy band. But we're gonna walk you through all of that in this video when we tell his story. I always feel weird about calling it a story when people are under 20 because they still have such a long way to go, but he's lived a pretty interesting life already. What's going on, good people in the comments section? I hope you're having one heck of a day. My name is Jeremy Hecht, and today I'll be your host, taking you through the life and career of Luh Kel prior to fame. Here for you, of course, all before they're famous. If you're new here, I'm the LA host for this channel. Shout out to everyone watching after work, after school, at school, with their friends, with their family. Shout out to my family if you're watching, and shout out to whoever else I miss. Oh, including the No Sock Gang. But I can't forget to give a shout out to my toilet gang. We've covered other artists recently like YK Osiris and Polo G, so watch those after this one, and you can let me know who to cover next by hitting me up on Instagram or hitting me up in the comments down below. Before we start though, I've got a trivia question for you that I'll answer at the end of the video. Today's trivia question is, what was Luh Kel's favorite football team growing up? All right, let's get into the video. Luh Kel was born to Comas on May 20th, 2002 in Tennessee, but he grew up in University City, St. Louis, Missouri. University City has a population of around 35,000 people, and while I'm not sure if University City has a bunch of universities in the city, I have a feeling Luh won't need college for anything. Luh Kel is the middle child of 3 siblings, and he began singing at the age of 2. His family could spot the talent from an early age, as he was attending auditions as just a kid. As he grew, he began listening to a lot of R&B and was influenced by Usher, Chris Brown, and Tank. And he also played football growing up.
Project X! Project X! Project X, everybody!
One of those auditions paid off, and at 14 years old, Luh Kel began singing and performing as part of the St. Louis-based group Project X, and it had nothing to do with the massive party movie, although both are great in their own rights. The group was formed through an audition process that included singing, dancing, rapping, and fashion. You basically had to have the whole package, and the 4 who had the best chemistry together and the most talent would become the newest boy band. There were about 25 people who auditioned, but Luh was one of the 4 chosen ones to be a part of the group, and he was the youngest member of the 4. The group was formed on March 21st, 2015, and here is a young Luh practicing his backflips as part of their training, because what is a great boy band without at least a couple of backflips?
Man, forget it. Record me.
Luh described their sound as, it was a mindless behavior popish R&B type of feel. The Project X YouTube page described their mission as, St. Louis is being watched by people from all around the world, unfortunately, too often for the wrong reasons. Many negative images are being seen throughout our country and even the world. It is up to all of us to help turn this around by putting out positive messages and images. It is refreshing and encouraging to find young people who are willing to put aside their differences and work together for a common good.
Yo, what's up? You know we in the building. We Project X here.
Yeah. Dominic, how you doing? How you doing?
And we here showing support for Rock the Community Tour up in Columbia, Missouri. We got a song for y'all. Let's go.
The group at one point got the opportunity to sing for Ronnie from New Edition.
It was a wonderful opportunity. He was a very humble dude. He gave us a lot of insight and things like that. It just, gave us a lot of inspiration to keep going.
And they threw local parties and concerts, with their first performance being at Harris Stowe State University, and the group even got to perform on their local Fox channel. An agent saw their talent at their initial show and hired them to appear as a cover band for the Jackson 5 at the Missouri Historical Museum's event called Twilight Tuesday, although I guess they would have been the Jackson 4 at that point. And based on this old audition I found of him singing, I think Lou was probably the Michael of the group. The event had 6,000 people who were impressed by the performance. That's a lot of people to be performing in front of at 14 years old.
You're 14, bro?
Yes.
Damn, something's in the water for real. Wow.
Right.
Wow, when I was 14, I did not look like you. I'll just say that.
I remember performing in front of like 100 people at a school talent night, and I was nervous, but 6,000 and having to live up to the expectations of the Jackson 5, that is a lot to handle for a teenager.
Project X, everybody!
Project X kept getting booked for gigs, next getting flown out to California to perform in front of the troops. They performed alongside an orchestra at Washington University and even at Disneyland. Their song Slay was actually played on the local radio stations at the time. And the group had some dedicated fans who were posting about them, including this guy.
Yep, I love it. No. Like me. No, sir. Yeah. And I love it.
That was the cutest thing ever. He even kept the part with his parents calling him in the video. Lou, if you see this, please reach out to this kid and make his life. He loved you guys. He said it. And kid, if you're watching this, you're a legend and I love you too, okay? You're a star. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the group, but after a couple of years, Lou went solo and started posting his own singing videos online covering popular songs. Lou tried everything possible to blow up through social media, but nothing seemed to be working. So he got a regular job and decided to take a step back from music. He was experiencing some hate in his city at the time and says that people didn't really want to see him succeed. And I can see that, especially when you're creating or trying to do something different in high school, it can be a lot to deal with. Lou decided to come back to music, but he wanted to post some original songs. And after searching YouTube and trying to find the right sound, he found a beat online that was produced by Bubba Got Beats, and he wrote to it. I'm Jewish and we call our grandmas Baba, and I can say that my Baba definitely doesn't got beats. Great woman, just not a producer. So glad to see this Baba did have beats. People loved that snippet and wanted to hear the whole song, and it began to blow up online.
Girl, my mood changed when you walked through the door. Before you came, it was tears on the floor. Girl, you're so perfect, I think that it's working. You gave me your love, now I really want more.
He got the attention of industry manager London Smith, who helped sign Lou to a deal with Cinematic Music Group. Cinematic CEO and producer Johnny Snipes reached out on Instagram and along with 11VN, produced a full studio version of the track Wrong. The song was inspired by a girl who broke his heart. Apparently she was messing around with his good friend. You can't trust these girls these days. Along with the label, Lou has been in the studio working with Grammy-winning producers developing his sound, and you don't see much artist development these days anymore, so it is good to see. Together, they released the video for Wrong as his debut single, and in classic 2019 fashion, it was a challenge that gave the song a huge buzz. Fans began posting their own version of the Wrong challenge onto YouTube, but it was on TikTok that, like so many other songs today, including Old Town Road, the song blew up. There were more than 5 million TikToks that used his song, which helped it blow up long before it hit the mainstream airwaves. The song debuted on the Billboard Hot R&B and Hip Hop charts at number 39, and in terms of all of the success, he says his favorite part has been traveling to New York and experiencing fans running up on him. And back in the day, it looks like Lou was a big Steelers fan. This was an old Facebook profile picture that I found, so at least that's my best guess based on the information that I have. And there's the answer to the question from the beginning of the video. I have a feeling Luh Kel still has a long way to go with his career, and that this is just a start. I'd put him in the same category of young talents like YK Osiris, Polo G, Lil TJ, those guys. They're all guys who understand melody really well and have really raw voices and talent that once groomed, they're gonna be hard to stop. Lou also has a star power that few kids his age have, so I'm really looking forward to seeing his progression. But as for the rest of this video, well, we'll have to wait and see because this is before they were famous. Here are 2 more videos you can check out here, I think, and here. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. We can talk there about music. You can let me know who else to cover. Dream good, live better. I love you. If nobody else has told you that today, just like that kid in that video. He might have needed to hear that back. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.